Hello, thank you for letting me present today. My name is Matt Warner, and today I'm going to give my presentation on activity-based costing. To begin, I want to define what activity-based costing is. A nice little kid learning. But I want to define it as what it says in accounting for decisions making and control. And the definition is a process of identifying activities that cause indirect cost and choosing cost drivers to apply those indirect costs to different products and services. And so just kind of a basic of what that means is it is taking the process of identifying activities out of your costs and defining those and seeing what those costs actually are and digging a little bit deeper into that. There are some pros and cons to this and every method. And to kind of go over a little bit of the cons here, it is a little bit higher cost to do the ABC method or the activity-based costing rather than to do the traditional cost allocation. And the reason why is just because it does go into more detail. It is more complicated to do and to explain instead of using the traditional cost allocation, and that's just because it does go in more detail. It's harder to explain what each individual part does and what the cost is for each individual activity, rather than just putting all those activities into two different sections and saying, here's our direct materials cost and here's our direct labor cost. Kind of goes a little deeper into those labors and materials and seeing what is costing what exactly. Lastly is it's not perfect. We don't have a perfect method right now, and so this one isn't perfect either. But the pros of this, even though it is harder to explain in more detail, it is more detailed, which is kind of a pro because you are able to see, and depict what is costing more, what you can fix, and make better accurate decisions. And that is because it is more accurate than traditional cost allocation because it's not generalizing those into those different pools. Cost has improved since it began as well. It used to be a lot more expensive. Now it's a lot cheaper because of the new information tech that has come out to make it more automated. There's a lot of things that have helped it to be more automated and make it easier for us to do and more efficient and effective and therefore cheaper. A little bit of an analogy that I like to use to explain kind of the difference between the two is if you have a company that has two different stores and each store has two machines inside of it. With traditional cost allocation, you would see that store A is not doing as well as store B. So what you might do is you might just discontinue or shut down store A. With ABC method, what you would do is you would look a little bit deeper and see what is the reasoning behind why it's not doing so well. So you would go in and look and see that store A has a machine that's running at 25% capacity and 100% capacity. The other two machines in store B, they're both running at 75% capacity, so therefore store B is doing better. So what you would just need to do is instead of shutting down the whole store, you would just fix the machine that is running at 25% and get it up to 75%, which would make store A run better than store B. And so you can make more accurate decisions and see what actually is the cause of things being more costly. So why I recommend the ABC method is because it is more accurate. You are able to make better decisions for the company, which will help in the long run and the short run as well to ultimately make your costs go down and profits go up. Lastly, I just kind of want to conclude by saying, since I would recommend this, I believe that it can help you guys a lot more here. Like a quote, it says from Strategic Finance Magazine, "It is better to be approximately correct than precisely inaccurate." I hope this helps you. Thank you so much again.